from rags to riches, from poverty to prosperity. This is the extraordinary tale of a man who rewrote the American dream. Born into crushing poverty in Scotland, Andrew Carnegie's story isn't just about wealth. It's about the power of relentless determination. Imagine a young boy, just 13 years old, working in a cotton mill for 12 hours a day, earning just $1.20 a week. The rhythmic clatter of machinery was his symphony, the dusty air his constant companion. But young Andrew had something that money could unbuy: an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and an unwavering spirit. By day, he worked as a telegraph messenger boy, running through the streets of Pittsburgh. By night, he devoured books borrowed from a generous soul, who opened his private library to working boys while others slept. Carnegie dreamed, learned, and planned. Like a master chess player, he saw opportunities where others saw obstacles. When the railroad industry began to boom, Carnegie positioned himself perfectly. He didn't just ride the wave of the Industrial Revolution. He became one of its architects. From telegraph operator to railroad superintendent, each step was calculated, each move deliberate. But here's what makes Carnegie's story truly remarkable. He understood that true wealth is unmeasured in dollars and cents alone. As his fortune grew to what would be worth over $300 billion today, his philosophy evolved. "The man who dies thus rich, dies disgraced," he famously declared. And so began his second act, perhaps his most magnificent. Carnegie built over 2,500 public libraries, funded countless educational institutions, and gave away nearly 90% of his wealth. He transformed from a steel magnate to a philanthropic giant, proving that success isn't just about accumulation, it's about contribution. Think about this. A poor immigrant boy who couldn't afford books ended up creating thousands of libraries. The same hands that once pulled cotton threads later signed checks that would educate millions. This isn't just a story about making money, it's about making meaning. Carnegie's life teaches us that circumstances don't define us. Our response to them does. In his own words, "No man can become rich without himself enriching others." He showed us that the true measure of success isn't what you gather, but what you scatter. Today, as you face your own challenges, remember the boy from Dunfermline who dared to dream bigger than his circumstances. Remember that every library Carnegie built started with his own hunger for knowledge. Remember that every great fortune began with small, determined steps. Your story might not be about steel or libraries, but like Carnegie, you have the power to transform your circumstances into stepping stones. The question isn't whether you were born with advantages. It's what you are willing to do with the opportunities before you. Let Carnegie's story be your inspiration. Let his journey remind you that success isn't inherited, it's earned. And most importantly, let his legacy teach you that true greatness lies not in what you acquire, but in what you give back to the world. For, in the end, we're all writing our own stories. Make yours one that, like Carnegie's, inspires generations to come.